I'm Jillian Trudeau, and I'm here with Mike Kuna with Kuna Law Firm with another question from a viewer. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. So the question today is, Dear Michael, my boyfriend and I just got into a nasty car accident. He drove back from the bar because I was drinking and he wasn't. It was so slippery and this lady smashed into us from the back. We just got out of the hospital. My mom watches your show, so I decided to write to you. What should we do now? So it's your show now. You take it away.
Well, thank you, Jillian. Okay, so first, let's discuss car accidents. There are a few elements for car accidents, and I want to discuss these elements one by one. Let's start by the fact that North Dakota is a no-fault state. What does that mean? North Dakota and approximately a dozen other states have enacted laws that basically state that when we file lawsuits or when we look for damages after car accidents, usually we look for those damages from our own insurance. However, there are exceptions to those circumstances. The first exception is if our medical bills have reached $2,500 or more, and the second exception is if a person was either disabled or disfigured for 60 days or more as a result of the car accidents. Now, it's either one or the other. It doesn't have to be necessarily both. Unfortunately, after the pandemic, the cost of medical care has increased, and by fact, we see a lot more cases that exceed $2,500 on medical bills. It seems that this accident by this viewer has been described as nasty, so we will presume it is an incident in which we can file a lawsuit against the other person and their insurance. First, when we file a lawsuit, we need to check the statute of limitations. What does that mean? That is the legal time frame in which we can actually file a lawsuit. Most car accidents are covered by a statute of limitations which is 6 years long. However, if it's a wrongful death incident, then we have only 2 years to file a lawsuit. The reason we have 6 years on most accidents is because the medical care sometimes and usually takes a long time. Whether it's a whiplash injury or a back injury, sometimes it can take 2 to 4 years to heal with medical bills and issues. Second, in North Dakota, we have the modified comparative fault rule. What does that mean? That means that, for example, if we won $100,000 in a lawsuit that the jurors granted us, but we were 50% at fault or more, we wouldn't deserve a dime. However, if we were less than 50% guilty, we will be able to collect. I'll explain it better. Let's say person A had a lawsuit against person B, and person A was guilty of 20%, his guilt by percentage was 20%, while person B's was 80%. If the lawsuit is for $100,000, person A, who was guilty by 20%, can only collect $80,000. He cannot collect the remaining $20,000 because the jurors in car accident trials don't just allocate the amount of damages, but also they allocate the amount of fault. We also have to remember one little detail. After we had a car accident, if there was an injury to a person, serious, light, or an injury to a vehicle exceeding $4,000, we have to report that car accident to law enforcement, whether the city police department or if it happens outside the city, to the county sheriff or to the state patrol.
All right, well, it sounds like a very, very common problem that we have in this area,
Yes.
especially just with the ice and everything and these cold temperatures.
Yes.
And you just broke down so many different factors that it's inevitable you're going to need a professional, and Mike is your guy. So that was beautifully said. Thank you, Mike. If you need to ask a question, you can head to our website and click on the Ask an Attorney link. Coming up next, we'll have your daily dose of motivation.